Prenda comes in kind of two flavors because what a 14-year-old kid needs is very different than what a 6-year-old needs. So we kind of made a K-2 version and a 3rd through 8th version. So I'm going to speak to what the K-2 day looks like a little bit. So in the K-2 day, they come in, they have like a little coming in activity. They might be playing blocks, puzzles, games, math manipulatives, something to get them busy. And then the guide will gather them in for their mindset meeting. And this is a little 10 or 15 minute gathering that sets the tone for the day. We're teaching growth mindset, team building, divergent thinking, creativity. Then they will set their conquer goals where they do reading and writing and math, and it's flexible to each child. So if your child has specific needs that they need met during those times, we can make lots of accommodations, but there's also quite a bit of structure to it. It's probably the most structured part of their day. Their brains are still in a state of rapid development in a different way than maybe an older child's brain would be. So we like to keep them off of technology as much as possible. We definitely want to use technology to do what technology is good at, so humans can do what humans are good at, like loving and nurturing and encouraging. So we still use technology in the K-2 day, it's just less, and the types of technology that they're interacting with are a lot more kid-friendly. So there is still technology in their day, but it's definitely less than in the 3rd through 8th model. So I know a lot of parents are worried about screen time and how much their kids are plugged into a computer. But I will say, one, that even when the K-2 kids are on a screen, they're not playing video games. They're not just like watching a show. Using a tool, using technology as a tool to learn is much different than being entertained by it. And that's what we want this generation to learn, that's going to grow up surrounded by technology. They need to know how to own it and how to control it and not let it control them. And that's what we teach in our classes, that this is a tool just like a stapler is a tool, just like a pencil is a tool. And at the K-2 level, these kids need to be developing fine motor skills and social skills in ways that the older kids maybe have already had a chance to do. Probably in their 4-hour day, they're maybe on it for 30 to 40 minutes. All of that is kind of held into the conquer mode of K-2, and then collaborate and create are totally in real life. These kids are doing nature study, they're going outside, they're observing bark on trees, they're looking for the most beautiful things, the things that speak to them the most in nature, and they're learning how to quantify and study and observe and notice and wonder. Another cool thing they get to do is imagination station, where we give them these little learning prompts or problem solving prompts where they have to solve these problems that we've made up by building things out of cardboard and string. So they're developing fine motor skills, they're cutting, they're gluing, they're realizing like things are actually really hard to build, and it's frustrating when this lava boot won't stay on my foot. The goal for that time, collaborate time, and for create time too, is that they have fun, that they come away from those interactions and those activities with the feeling that I'm good at this and I can do this and I'm a learner. And as long as they come away with those beliefs and those ideas, we see the Prenda Day as a success. We take this approach to learning instead of the kill and drill mentality, where it's like you have to know that there are 3 types of sea stars and you have to know what their names are. And it's like, no, like just observe that and love it, and then you'll remember it. And no one needs to be there assessing you or testing you at every step of the way to quantify your knowledge. You can just own your own knowledge and love your experience. And that's what we try to really provide for the K-2 kids. It's an environment of structure, but also a lot of freedom within that structure. And the beautiful thing about the K-2 age range is children are naturally curious. They're naturally learners. So if we can help structure their learning early on in a way that doesn't negate that for them, doesn't crush that, like so many of our older kids, then when they get to 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, they're going to be unstoppable. Their creative selves are going to be in full force, and they'll already be owning their learning, and they're going to walk into those older grades and experiences like champions. And I'm so excited to get to see the first child who has come through the Prenda kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade, and hit that 3rd grade to see what kind of kid he is. That's an end goal that I, as a creator of Prenda, am really looking forward to.